Hello, folks, and welcome back. We have a lovely treat for you, beautiful, awesome people today. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pause the Booker cam video and all that stuff, and we're going to go back to Chief's desktop. And today, what we're going to do, we're going to be doing a few things today's stream, and I hope that it helps each and every one of you 7 Days to Die lovers and all that stuff. We are going to be updating and refreshing a video that I done with 7 Days to Die, 7 Days to Die Undead Legacy, and 7 Days to Die Darkness Falls, of making a backup copy of your game, so forth and so on. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. We're going to make up a backup copy of our regular up-to-date vanilla version of our 7 Days to Die. Okay? Let me move this over here so I can see it a little bit better, because for those of y'all that knows Chief, knows I'm blind in one eye and can't see out the other. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new folder called Live Stream Games. Okay. And I'll bring it back over here so you can see. I just had to move it over there because that monitor's a little closer to me. All right. This is the folder that we're interested in right here. We're going to, you can create this folder anywhere you want to and all that stuff. But we're just going, for this tutorial purpose, we're just going to do this. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to find our 7 Days to Die. This is our 7 Days to Die vanilla build. Okay, this is, for some reason, those hours right there are wrong because I've got well over 1,000 hours. I'm not sure what happened there. Steam tightened it up. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to learn how to make a copy of the vanilla game. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find our 7 Days to Die folder in Steam. Okay, which is going to be this one. We're going to right click, and then we're going to highlight manage. Okay. And when we do that, it gives us a few things to do. Well, we're only interested in one thing. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight browse local files. Okay. Then we're going to have, there you go. There is our 7 Days to Die right there. Our vanilla version of 7 Days to Die right here. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to back up one folder. You can either select this right here, or you can just come over here and just go up one arrow right there. All right, and what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of move this over here. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and give this a cheeky copy, and we're just going to copy this over to our live stream games. Basically, we're copying the whole folder, and it will copy everything in this folder over. Okay, that's what we want to do. So while that's doing that, we're not going to sit here and watch the paint dry. We are going to come over here, and we're going to look at some things. Now, we know that this is our vanilla copy of 7 Days to Die, and it is the absolute updated version. Okay, how do we know that? This is easy. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on it again, and we're going to go to properties and left click. Then we're going to go right over here to updates, installed files, betas tab. Okay. Beta participation. If you notice, yours should look like this also. You should have none. Okay. But if you click on the none tab, that gives you all of the versions of 7 Days to Die. Okay. Remember this. This is going to come in real handy here after a while in later part of this tutorial. Okay. This is the latest experimental build. We don't ever want to do that because we want to be able to jump in 7 Days to Die and play it to our heart's content. Okay. Now, we know that this version right here is like Alpha 21, whatever the newest version is. I don't even know off the top of my head. But anyhow, so we're going to remember this. We're not going to select nothing just yet because we're not ready for that, okay? And the reason doing is if we did, then this right here would get messed up. So we don't want to do that just yet. Okay, we're not ready for that because there's a few things that we got to do before we get that far. All right, now, while that's copying it, this video is showing you, the viewer, how to make a backup copy of your 7 Days to Die. And then we're going to make a couple of those copies, but we're going to do it a little differently. I'm going to show you how to back step your version of 7 Days to Die to an older build and make a copy of that one also. But before we get all into that, we're going to do a few things first. This is our Alpha 21 point whatever version, 20.7, 20.5. I don't even remember off the top of my head. There's so many of them that goes on. So once we do this, we're going to name that folder. We're going to adjust the folder just a little bit at the end of it. We're going to put like Alpha 21 or something. Just something that we know, okay, this copy of the game is Alpha 21. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to back update your game to Alpha 20.7. And the reason being is because later on in the tutorial, we're going to download this bad boy right here. This is the Undead Legacy mod. Okay? We're going to do two things. We're going to find out how to install this Undead Legacy, and we're going to find out how to set up a dedicated server with Undead Legacy. Okay? And there's a few things that you definitely want to pay attention in this tutorial. If you have to pause it, pause it. If you have to rewind it, rewind it. Whatever you do, you need to follow the instructions in this tutorial exactly how they are. Otherwise, you're going to mess things up. You're going to get confused. Then you're going to raise hell and bitch at me because you didn't pay attention to the instructions. It seems like every time I make one of these videos involving 7 Days to Die, somebody simply just does not pay attention to the instructions given in the video. If you pay attention to my instructions very closely, I will get you to where you want to go. There's a lot of you that use the mod launcher for 7 Days to Die mods. I don't use it. There's nothing against using it. You do however you want to do. I will tell you right off the bat, I do not know nothing about the 7 Days to Die mod launcher or anything like that. So therefore, I will not be able to help you specifically with that. Okay? I'm sorry. It is what it is. I don't know how to help you with that because I do not know anything about that. Okay? Now, moving on along, we're going to go ahead and close this folder out. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to run over here to the one that we just copied, and we're going to change the name a little bit. A21 point, I think it's 0.7. We can give it a cheeky little run and see what version this is real quick. So let's do that. Yeah, we'll give it a little cheeky run, and then we'll make sure that we name the thing real quick properly to the correct version. Okay. All right, Alpha 21.2 B, was it? Move out of the way. B37. Okay. We'll let it come up and all that stuff. I'm not sure what that is, but anyhow. All right. Well, anywho, Alpha 21.2 B37, I think is what it was. All right. So we can go ahead and quit that. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and go back up. Alpha 21.2. So it's not 7. All right. 0.2 to B37 or something like that. I don't know. Close enough. Anyhow, you get the idea. All right. So now that we've got that established, this is what we're going to do now. That is named, so we know which one that is. That's Alpha 21.2. Remember what I told you? Go over here to properties. Go over here to betas. Oh, nope, that's installed. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to go over here and we want to look for Alpha 20.7. Go ahead and give that a cheeky click right there, and then go ahead and close that out. What's going to happen is your game is actually going to revert back to the Alpha 20.7. Okay. It'll take a few minutes to do this. Don't worry. This is a good time to take a sip of that coffee. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, it is hazelnut coffee. Good stuff with a touch of cinnamon. So it's cinnamon hazelnut coffee. So that might take your, depending on your internet speed and stuff like that, it might take a few minutes to do this. Okay. But since this is a live stream, I can't cut it out and all that stuff. So we're just going to have to watch the paint dry together. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to also do the 7 Days to Die dedicated server also. Now, you can use the server, you can download the dedicated server via Steam command. I don't know how to backdate that one specifically. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the method that I spent 2 days trial and erroring and all that stuff, and I literally sunk 16 hours in this, guys, off camera so I could bring you this content and all that stuff. This method will work with Darkness Falls as well. There's several ways. You can use the mod launcher, or you can use the way that I'm showing you here. I don't know nothing about the mod launcher, guys. I'm sorry. I can't help you on that. So I apologize. All right, so it's going to take about, I don't know, 8 minutes or something like that. Now, what I will do is I will go ahead and, let's see. I'll open up this folder to another folder. That way I can go to, here it is. See, I've already done this already a few times. Okay, so it is what it is. I've already done this a few times. Okay, now let's go back to my recorded thing. All right, now let's see servers right here. Here's the servers that I figured out off camera for y'all. Undead Legacy server right there, and then server vanilla. Okay, now the server vanilla is kind of like a is it updated? I think it's a copy of the 20.7 server. So I just made a copy of it for vanilla. But we're going to go through all that process, guys. I'm going to show you all of that and how to do that as well, so you're not stuck out there scratching your head trying to figure out, hey, what are we doing? So I guess I could unmute my desktop. Not that it really matters. So let's see. Where is our download? So I can go ahead and close this window out now. Okay, while that's doing that, I'm going to go back to my home library while that's doing that. Now, I have right here, yeah, there it is. You see that I have the 7 Days to Die dedicated server Alpha 20.7. Okay, now how do you get that? It's easy. You can look up here 7 days to die, and it'll be under the tool sections right here. Okay, and you just give that a cheeky download or an install and all that stuff, and then it'll install the dedicated server. Okay, now how do you get the Alpha 20.7 server? Just come over here, go with the betas again, right there. Select Alpha 20.7, Alpha 20.7 stable. Okay? You basically do the same process that you are doing now that I showed you how to do this. You do the same thing with the server right here as I showed you how to do the uh, vanilla version of the game. You do the same thing, identical, same process, same steps. Okay, that's the beauty about this. All right, so what I'm going to do while we're waiting on this to upload, I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this. I'm going to browse local files. Okay, there's the 7 Days to Die dedicated server. Okay, I'm going to back up one file. We know this here is a 20.7 server. Okay, we're going to go ahead and copy that right over here. Okay, we're just going to copy it right over here in our live stream games folder. It's not going to hurt nothing at all. Okay, now we can go ahead and close that out, move that over here. All right, check on this right here real quick while that's copying. Because I'm downloading 7 Days to Die 20.7 version, it's screaming at me saying, "Hey, bandwidth," because the internet's a little slower than it's used to. It's not no 1G no more, unfortunately. That's why I don't host servers no more. Now I can host a LAN server because my switch and all that stuff is 10 gigabyte. That's not if you want to come plug into my LAN, oh yeah, you will not experience no lag other than maybe the computer or something like that lagging it down or bottle threading it. But as far as the actual LAN, no, it's a 10 gigabyte switch, and it serves up to 16 different computers. I know, right? Imperium Galactic Survival. Oh, that's workshop content. All right, we're going to go ahead and clear that. But we're almost done with this right here. And if my stream's a little laggy, well, we're almost done downloading. Okay. All right, a few more minutes. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee. Good stuff. Yeah. But a few of my Discord members and viewers wanted me to show them how to do this as well. Even though I have older videos, a lot has changed since then. Now, if you have never heard of, check out Zammy Z Gaming. She's one of the admins in my Discord, as well as the one that taught me and showed me how to do this. Okay. Let me switch my top chat to my live chat and reset that. All right, now notice we're at 7 Days to Die Alpha 20.7. It's not the server. The dedicated server will say dedicated server. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead right here, manage. Same thing we did before. We're going to go up one. We're still going to have that folder highlighted. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click copy. Come over here, and we're going to go ahead and click paste. Okay. And we're done with that folder right there. So basically, all we now need is to watch these bad boys do that. While this is doing that, I'm going to step back and I'm going to get a refill of my coffee real quick while we're watching the paint dry and all that, because it takes a minute and all that stuff. If you have a low-end computer, it's going to take longer than mine. I got the free refill of coffee and come back and sit down and forgot my cup. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my coffee cup. Like I said, guys, if you want to look at some more videos and stuff like that, check out Zamy Z's gaming. Let's see, my YouTube. Let's see. Let me find her channel for y'all real quick. That way you can see what it looks like. I know I got all kinds of stuff over here. There it is, Zamy Z Gaming. Now, Zamy Z, she has done a phenomenal job at doing all kinds of tutorials. Here's how to install a mod, Summer of Art, taking down alpha. Okay, that's not 7 days. How to back up your games in 7 days to die. Some of these videos may be dated. That's all right, guys. For those of y'all that's wanting to learn how to make grow plots underground, this is the video for you. This is actually where I learned it. Beautiful video. So definitely come over here and give her a nice like and subscribe. And yeah, she taught me a lot of things on this mod launching and doing mods and all that. And there's actually one video over here that I'm thinking of specifically, of where she ended up showing you how to make your game where it saves in another location other than the app data folder and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely go over here and I would actually say watch all of her 7 Days to Die videos. Just make sure that you let her know that Chief sent you over there, and here is her Discord as well, which I think I'm an admin in her Discord too. She's an admin in my Discord and stuff like that, and we try to share with the community how to make your own dedicated servers. That way you and your friends can play on it, because if you played on a lot of local servers, you know, they can be a little toxic. Like over the last couple of weeks, I've heard servers where they've had people get mad at the world to come in and destroy the other members on the servers, buildings and stuff like that, stealing all their loot or whatever, you know. I don't know all the details. Like I said, that's just things that I've heard over the last couple of weeks. So with that being said, you know, sometimes you just want to host your own servers and play with just some friends, and that's it. You know, you don't want to get all fancy or anything like that. Okay. How far is our downloads? Okay, so we still got okay, so it's gonna be a few more minutes. Now, what we want to do is we want to go over here to Subquake. You can just Google Subquake and just type in Subquake in Google. It'll find his website. Make sure that you let Subquake know that Chief's the reason you're downloading his mod and all that stuff. And definitely I recommend joining his Discord as well, which he should have all of that stuff right there. His Discord, 7 Days to Die forums. He doesn't really spend much time on that, but you'll find him in his Discord and all that stuff. Make sure you tell him that Chief says hello. But anyhow, what you were looking for, and I'm not going to go over to download this because I'm pretty sure at this current conjuncture in time, you know how to make downloads and stuff like that yourself. But anyhow, you're going to go with this version right here. Okay? And you just want to click download latest stable. Unless you're feeling adventurous, then this is the experimental. I do not know what is involved in experimental. Don't know. Don't care. I like stable. I like doing things stable. Or here's for you mod launcher people right here. No offense, you know, or nothing like that. I'm just saying that would be the link that you would click on. And then, you know, you have your installations right here. I think the installation, the concept's the same. As far as I know, there's no deviation from that. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this out so we can sit here and watch the paint dry together. Okay. So now we have, this is our Alpha 21.2 B37. I think it's 37 something other, B3 whatever. This here is the one that we're copying. This is going to be labeled 20.7 Undead, meaning Undead Legacy. Okay, this right here is going to be the same thing, but I'm going to show you a few things before you run your server for the first time. I'm going to show you a few things before we get to that point. One, I'm going to show you how to install the Undead Legacy mod. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how to install the Undead Legacy mod on your dedicated server. Okay, so we're almost there, but before we get all started and all that stuff, we're going to run Undead Legacy mod version of 7 Days to Die to make sure that it comes up and it runs and all that stuff. Okay, and I'm going to show you a few other things to look out for and to make sure and all that stuff. And here's one thing that I've had probably 100 people email me or whatever screaming at me because they followed the instructions to the T and it just won't work. And every single time without fail, they did not follow these instructions to a T. And after the dust settled, they, oh, I didn't know. That's because you didn't pay attention to the video. So, you know, if you got to stop the video, pause the video, whatever, definitely go watch my other videos because the instructions are pretty much the same. I just figured I'd do an update video on how to do all this stuff. These instructions would also apply with Kane's Darkness Falls mod, as well as the Darkness Falls server. Now, I myself, I like the Darkness Falls mod. I just don't care to play it. I don't get into the whole demons deal and all that stuff. This is just not my thing. Understand? That doesn't change the fact that it's still an awesome mod. It's a beautiful mod. It's just not my thing. It's not my Kool-Aid, so to speak. So my favorite mod is Undead Legacy. I don't know if it's because of the military assets that Subquake's thrown in there. I don't know if it's because of the cop cars that he's thrown there. He's got like 3 or 4, maybe 5, maybe more now, versions of cop cars and all that stuff. And Undead Legacy is just my favorite mod. I'm sorry. No offense, Kane. You do beautiful work, sir. All right, so we're going to go ahead and kind of move this over just a little bit. Come on. There you go. All right, now we're going to rename this. Okay. A 20.7 Undead Legacy. Okay. Wada boom, bada bang. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run this, but we're going to do things a little different. Before we do anything else, this is where you need to pay attention. Okay? You need to follow these instructions without a doubt. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, you need to pay attention. All right, now you're looking in this folder, you see this file, and then you see this file. It says 7dlauncher.exe. That is the file that we want to run above and beyond before anything else. That is the file that we want to run. This executable, not this one, not this one. Pay attention to what I'm telling you guys. This is the one you want to run right here. The 7dlauncher.executable. Okay? There's a reason we want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and give that a cheeky run. All right. Now, this window will come up. Guys, this window is very important. Okay? Especially when you're installing mods, you need this window to come up. Okay? Now, there's two things that we want to do here. One is if you have this checked, uncheck it. You don't need to send information back and forth to fun pimps. They got millions of people that does that. Plus, you want to save your bandwidth. Uncheck this box, and please uncheck that box right there. Okay? This needs to be on DirectX 11. Not this, not that, but DirectX 11. So make yours look just like this. Okay? Now, before we get all excited, just to recap, guys, this exe file right here, the 7D launcher.exe. Say that again, 7D launcher. Okay? This window is going to come up. Okay? Just this little old thing right here. Now, you want to uncheck everything. Okay? You want yours to look just like mine. Now, you are going to click Run and Save as Default. Okay? I literally had hundreds of people email me or DM me saying my game don't work. My first question, did you disable easy anti-cheat? Oh, yeah. Every single one of them said, oh, yeah. And I'll be damned. I had a lot of them screen share with me. And they did not. Okay? If you look up here, we're running alpha 0.27. B1. That's actually a 1 right there. I know you can't see it because I'm running at like 2,000 frames per second. Oh, let me see if I can turn that off. Let's see here. HD off. All right, there we go. There we go. See, now you can tell. This is the vanilla game of Alpha 20.7 B1. Remember, your game needs to run in this mode for Undead Legacy. I don't know anything about the Darkness Falls mod. I don't know if it's for Alpha 21 or not. I don't know. All right, so now that we know that that's working, okay, we're going to go ahead and quit the game. Quit. There we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. You can see where I downloaded a few things. All right. Now, we're going to click anywhere down here to unselect any files. That is very important. All right. Now, we're going to find, you're going to find your Undead Legacy, and it will look just like that. Now, I have another copy of it because I downloaded it again because my original download was messed up, so I had to go back and re-download it. All right, so you're going to select all of these files right here. Well, you might not need the GitHub, so we're going to select all these files, and we're going to hold Control, and then we're going to left-click on that one because we don't need to get attributes because that has to do with GitHub. And you're just going to drag these over here into that folder. Okay? Just that easy. Just that easy. Now, do not try to run any other mods other than Undead Legacy. You can make 100 copies of your game and have a mod installed however you want to, but do not try to run another mod with Undead Legacy. Okay? You'll run into all kinds of problems. Go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and close this. All right? Now, we can go ahead and click on this right here. Okay? If you remember, we turned off the EAC, Easy Anti-Cheat, when we ran it the first time. Okay? Because what that does is that actually somehow or another does its own little thing, and then it tells that executable file to run without EAC on. All right, there you go. Here's your Undead Legacy right here. Alpha 20.7 B1 Undead Legacy version 2.6.17. All right. Now, guys, we're almost there. Now let's set up the dedicated server, okay? So we're going to go ahead and quit this. All right, beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and go back to our folder right here. All right, we're going to go ahead and open our server folder up. Okay. We are going to go ahead and open back our downloads folder. Okay. We're going to go ahead and go back to our Undead Legacy zip folder. We can go ahead and close that folder right out. All right. Now, all we want to do is do the same thing that we did for the game. Okay. Make sure that you're in the copy 7 Days to Die dedicated server folder. We're just going to drag these over here just like that. Okay. Just like that. Same thing. Okay. Now, with that being said, don't get excited about running your server just yet. Okay. Because there are a few things that you have to do. Okay. Now, we have our Undead Legacy right there. The first thing, I can go ahead and move this out of my way. I don't need it. The first thing that we want to do, this is where you're going to need Notepad++. Don't come to me if you're running regular Notepad. I can't help you. Notepad++, guys. All right, now, what we want to do is we want to double-click on our server configuration file. It's very important. Notepad++ is going to open up over here in my other window. Okay? Now, there's a few things that we want to do. Don't mess with any of these over here. Leave that as is. You change your values over here. Okay? All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to change between the quotation marks Chiefs live stream server. Okay. Now we are going to password. It don't matter. Server description. We're going to change that to our live stream server. Okay. Shit. All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to go down here and we want to do a few things. Folks, pay attention to what I'm showing you here. Okay. Your server file will look like this. Okay. Give me just a second. I'll make it look just like yours. All right. Your section right here will look just like this. Okay. All right. That's what yours will look like when you open this file up. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take that out. We're going to come over here. We're going to take this right here out. We're going to come over here and we're going to take this out. Okay. So that those look just like that. Make sure that you take the back part off. This right here don't matter. And make sure that you take the front part off. Okay. And now you want to go right here and you want to turn off EAC. Okay. Very important that you do that. Okay. Now, before we go any further, we're going to go ahead and Control S to save it. Okay. Give me just 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, now we're going to do a few more things also, okay? Now, yours will have Navis game or something right there. What we want to do is we want to change the game world to RWG, just like it says right here. Okay? Now, if you want an 8K map, then you can change the number. The number that's there is a 6K map. You can change it to 8192. That will give you an 8K map. If you read through here, it'll tell you that you have to increase increments by 2048. So 2048, that's a 4K map. Another 48, that's a 6K map. Then another 24 or 2048, that's an 8K map, so forth and so on. Okay. Now, you do that. Now this right here, you can just, I don't know, live stream game maybe. Not that it matters. I don't know. But you can name it whatever you want and all that stuff. And then you can go through here and you can just read, what is what and all that stuff. Build, create. Yours will be set to false. If you want to have access to the build creation menu, but not have admin commands, then that's what you will set right there. You'll set that to true. Then just go through here and set out all your other stuff and whatnot have you and all that stuff. And you'll be good. You'll be golden. Blood moon frequency, blood moon range. So everything should be good to go. We're going to go ahead and save that. Okay. Now, everything should be copacetic, but we're fixing to find out. Now, the reason we did not run the servers because we did not want the server saving anything in our app data file. It'll actually save it right here in the server file. Now, when we run the server, you see this start dedicated .bat file? That's what we're going to use to run our server. We're going to double click on that. Okay? And if everything worked out right, then that window right there will come up with the green lighting. Okay, now, it's going to take a minute or two to load up your server, okay? Now, we can go back to this window. We can press any key to continue. All right, now, do you remember whenever we was looking in the server file? I'll bring it back up so you can see. Remember, we changed this characters right here. User data folder, absolute path. Save game folder, absolute path. Okay. There's where it created that right there, absolute path. Okay. Now what that does is it saves your users, your people that play on your servers profile. It saves the map settings that it's generating right now. Like I said, it can take a few minutes to create the server and stuff like that. Now, I didn't go through the steps of port forwarding or anything like that because I cannot port forward on my modem. It is not an option for me. But if you look on my other videos, like a year or two old, I actually went through and showed you on my old modem whenever I actually had 1G and I was running 16 of these servers back 2020, 2021, and 2022. I haven't ran dedicated servers since then. But I go into great detail on explaining to you how to actually set up port forwarding. I'm not going to go into port forwarding on this tutorial because I don't have nothing that I can show you how to port forward because I cannot port forward on this modem. So you would be hard pressed to connect to my server because my internet is IPv6. Your internet is IPv4. Google the difference, guys. I learned this the hard way. So I can't host games that I'm aware of, other than maybe a co-op game through Steam, like a Medieval Dynasty with one of the members and stuff like that, where I was doing the Medieval Dynasty co-op play. Well, that's ran through Steam. Totally, completely different. Totally, completely different. We're talking about a dedicated server here. And it may look like it's froze, guys. We don't want to do anything else until that server finishes loading. Okay? All right. That's some good coffee. If you ain't got no coffee, folks, run and grab you some coffee. And I'll let you know when the server finishes booting up. It can take, depending on your machine, it can take anywhere between 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I've seen one of these take 22 minutes one time. Because right now it's actually generating the server's map right now. That's what we're waiting on. Okay? And you can see it right there in the log file. Township generation, blah, 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 prefab. That's what it's doing. It's saying, hey, we're going to create this map and all that stuff. Now, just a reminder, when you have your world creation, make sure it's RWG, Random World Generator. Undead Legacy loves the Random World Generator because it goes in lieu of the mod. Now, I do not know if Subquake has done any Random World Generators, custom maps, or anything like that. We're just trying to get you in the Undead Legacy mod on a dedicated server. That's what this video is for, this tutorial's for, and all that stuff. So, we even got an old west town it's creating right now. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, weather. A few clouds, highs upper 80s, and lows 70s. All right, sweet. That means this is going to be a beautiful day, which it was an absolute gorgeous day. For those of y'all that don't know, Rogers, Arkansas, and Benton, Arkansas suffered a tornado last week before last, and everybody, the brothers, including me, have been trying to help them find folks out over there, because they're like a 20-minute drive from my house, depending on which way you go. If you notice, it still says up here, loading 7 days to die dedicated to server console, because we're still loading. Like I said, it can take some time to run and get set up. So we're just going to sit here, watch this, and I'm going to try to think of some type of story to entertain you fine folks with, and I've got nothing. Booker says hello, though. And for those of y'all that don't know, Booker actually has a few of his own. Yeah, I told him you said hi. I know. He's actually got some of his own videos on the YouTube channel as well. I don't know if they're in my shorts section or if they're in my regular video section. So, take a sip of this coffee real quick. He's over here just smiling, living it up. Oh, he loves his peoples. He loves his people, folks. He does, guys. He loves y'all. All right, if that comes up, that's fine. We want to go ahead and allow access. Okay? So make sure you click. Make sure both of those boxes are clicked before you get left click your finger, trigger, click your finger. Make sure that both of those boxes are checked to allow public and local service. Okay? If you don't, you'll find out fairly quick, because your firewall will block it. Your Windows firewall will block it. And we're still loading the server up and all that stuff. And everything is saved right here. The generated worlds, North Zumbo Media Mountains. Okay, and then here's the profiles. Here's the server admin file. Okay, the server admin file is fairly self-explanatory. If you want to give yourself user admin privileges, just uncomment this box right here, and then take this right here off, and then uncomment these right here basically you're making these 3 lines look like this one right here. You're taking the 2 hyphens and the what's that thing called again? I can't think of the dang name of it. That's bad. I can remember when I was in first grade that taught you the alligator mouth or whatever, the greater less than sign. That's what it is. And just do the same thing over here as well. So with that being said, that's how you would give yourself admin privileges on the server, which we may come and do that a little bit later on, but we don't want to do nothing until this server gets loaded up. Okay, guys? So we're just going to sit here and we're going to look pretty. Okay, we can go ahead and get our files brought back up. And before we end this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to bring both of these things over to your Steam. Okay, which is kind of cool because now you can just go through your Steam and select the executable files, and then you can run it via through Steam, which is kind of cool. Or you can just make a shortcut, send it to your desktop. I had like 16 shortcuts to my desktop on the servers and stuff like that. So with that being said, all I had to do is just click the shortcuts and then just let it load up. Click the shortcut, let it load up. Click the shortcut, let it load up. And I would do it one at a time. And stuff like that. So with that being said, it's easy. It's not hard, but I definitely recommend that you go and watch all of Zammy Z's gaming videos on 7 Days to Die. A lot of beautiful, gorgeous content, stuff like that. If I'm to be honest, guys, this is where I learned most of my stuff. So which I need to talk to her and see if I can't sweet talk her into making some more videos, because she stays up to date on 7 Days to Die more than I do. Promise you. I generally just don't really play 7 Days to Die no more. You just kind of get burnt out after a while and all that stuff, and you just, you get bored with it and you move on with life. Go to bigger, better things. With that being said, give me just 1 second, guys. Anyhow, and I just got burnt out on 7 Days to Die, guys. I'm it's just me. All right, now we're processing the world files. Okay. And there's a way you can actually create your own specific map if that's what you want to do. I would have to kind of experiment with that. All right, now our server is loaded. And the reason we know that, one, it's saying running up here. Okay. And most importantly, you want to make sure that you have these 2 lines right here. Okay, make sure that you have those 2 lines right there running, folks. That way game server login successfully, Steam ID. That's actually the game server's Steam ID name right there. Yours will probably be different. So with that said, now our server is running. I don't remember what the hell we named this thing. So let's go over here and look at the server config file and see what we named this thing. All right, Chiefs live stream server, and it is North American East. You can change those regions and all that stuff. North American East. So we can go ahead and close this out now. All right, now we want to go over here and double click on our regular 7 Days to Die exe. Because remember, when we first ran the vanilla game, we clicked on the 7D launcher to turn off easy anti-cheat. Okay. Otherwise, this mod will not work. Okay. Now, when you load up, all you got to do is come over here, join game. You may have to go back to filters. What did we say that was? Chiefs live stream. Chiefs live stream. I think that's it. Was it Chiefs live stream? Let me look again because I done forgot. Shit. Chiefs live stream server. All right. So we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna copy and paste. Control C to copy. Get that out of the way. Let's go back to our filters. Come on, filters. All right. We're gonna double. Well, we're gonna select all that, and then we're gonna paste. There we go. Now we know we got the right one. All right. There it is. Okay, there's our world. All right. And I'm not sure why that is, whatever. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and we're going to star this one. Okay. That way it's right there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and connect, and it's going to ask us for the password. If you remember, our password was 9732. And then we're going to submit. We're going to allow that. Make sure those boxes are checked, guys. Okay. Beautiful. Now, we're going to go ahead and bring our server back up, okay, because now it's saying connecting to Chiefs live stream server, and this right here is going to start doing some things once it handshakes and does all of its own little things and all that stuff. What? Give me just 1 second. All right. Let's. All right. For some reason, it could not retrieve server information. So let's go ahead and join it again. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and pull up our server information. And the server, I'm going to move this over here to this screen so I can just kind of look at it and all that stuff. And see what's what. I'm not sure what's going on. Could not retrieve server information. I might have to do a little something different. Oh, yeah. You know what? I think I know what the problem is, guys. Let me go back to my original 7 Days to Die server. All right. You see right here, it says server disabled network protocols. That's why. Because we're on a LAN. All the ports are forwarded on the LAN. So, we're going to go ahead and hold that right there. It's a good thing we came across that. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in shutdown, I think. And we don't even have to do that. But we're going to go ahead and shut it down properly. Okay. Now, we're going to go back over here to our server config file. And we're going to, where's it at? Ah, there we go. We're going to double click this right here. We're going to copy. We're going to go to this line right here. We're going to paste. Space. Okay, now we're going to copy this one. Control C. And then we're going to come right here. Space once. Control V. And then we're going to Control S. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and pull this window back up. And let's go back to, well, we can rename this right here. Undead Legacy. Okay. Easy peasy. Oh, maybe it's because I got that pulled up. All right, let's try it again. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and go right back over here to our start dedicated BAT file. And now the server's not going to take so long to boot back up because I'm not sure why. Oh, you know what? I changed the settings in the firewall. but we already got the map and all that stuff loaded and all that, so it's not going to take us long. The initial first time that you run the server takes the longest because you're creating a new map and everything. I'm going to move that over here out of the way real quick. Okay, guys? Let's put that over here where I can still see your comments or questions and stuff like that. All right. Go back over here, let this load up. That's why we couldn't find it, because remember I had to I can't host a server through my modem, my internet modem. So you probably won't be able to connect to it. But we turned that off because on my Switch and stuff, the server's already port forwarded and things like that from the previous video that I done, a year or two ago. So definitely go and look at those videos to learn how to port forward and all that. Hope that helps. And whenever you port forward, you don't need the Steam networking. The Steam networking is kind of whenever you create a co-op game with just you and one of your friends. This tutorial is not for that. This is to help you know how to make a backup copy of your vanilla 7 Days to Die, because when Alpha 1.0 or Release 1.0 comes out, it will destroy your Alpha 27.2, I think it is now, and you'll no longer play with that. And I'm almost certain that any of your mods are not going to work for Alpha or for 7 Days to Die version 1.0 comes out. It's going to break all your mods. So I would definitely go ahead and make several copies of the games, and just at the end of the folder name, just, let me bring this back over here so I can show you. There we go. All right. And just make, like this is a copy, and we stepped it down to Alpha 20.7. This is our Alpha 21. And if all your other mods are using Alpha 21.2, just make a copy of all that stuff fresh, because this here don't have no mods on it. See? So as long as you don't have any mods on it specifically, then you can make however many copies you need for that specific mod. I don't mix mods or anything like that. Could you imagine Darkness Falls and Undead Legacy getting together and having babies? That'd be a potent mix, folks. That's some shit's gonna get real fast. That's gonna be a real potent mix. I get a cheeky sip of that coffee real quick. But once I do this and reload the game or the server, then I'll be able to find it and connect to it. Because remember, mine's local. And as far as I know, you're not going to just connect to my server. That's why I don't care if you see the password or not. And it's not like I'm going to be running this server or anything like that. So, but keep in mind, we changed the network settings on the server itself. So there you are. We're loaded back up. It shows it's running. So we're going to put this over here on the... what? Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to put that over here real quick. All right, we're going to go ahead and close this window out. Now let's go ahead and join that game. There we go. Now we should connect to the server. And let's go over here and bring our server up. And see about... there we go. See, that, I don't know what the hell that is. That's came up since day one. So I don't know what that is. Probably some EAC stuff or whatever. But if you notice, I've connected to the server. I'm receiving and loading the configs file right now. Guys, when you first boot your server up and you connect to it, it's a process, and it's going to take time. Normally, it'll throw me out. It's been like that since 2020. It'll throw me out. Then I have to log back onto it again. And sometimes I have to do it twice. Almost every time I have to do it twice without fail. Sometimes I've had to do it 3 times for whatever reason. It's probably because I'm hosting a server and playing on the same machine, and it's probably saying, "Oh, wait, hold on, we can't have that." Oh, but yeah, we can have that. So probably confused it a little bit, gave it a shot of vodka or something, and made it a little drink. I don't know, but anyhow, this is how you would do this for you and your friends and stuff like that. And you can Google your modem and follow the instructions on how to port forward your modem and stuff like that. When you port forward, if you're running a dedicated server and you port forward your server through your modem, your internet service provider's modem or whatever, this one can't be done. For all y'all that are on T-Mobile Home Network, you cannot port forward through your modem because 1, they have it locked out. 2, your modem actually is on IPv6, not IPv5. So you need some type of translator there because your modem sends and receives its 5G signal that is under IPv6. Okay. So with that said, you cannot port forward through a T-Mobile home internet. Okay, so it's so that I had some stuff going on and whatever and all that stuff. That's okay, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this finish doing its thing. Every time I connect to my own server, I go through this process. You may even seen it in my other videos way back when or whatever. So for me, this is just rinse, wash, and repeat. Now my game is still doing things. It may look like it's froze, but it's not froze, guys. Like I said, every time I connect to my own server, I have had this problem. Okay. So with that being said, we're just gonna sit here and let it finish doing its thing and all that stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the server menu. I'm gonna move it over here to the other window so I can look at that. All right, see how it looks like it's froze? It's not froze, guys. You may even run into this problem as well yourself. Everybody else seems that I've talked to hasn't had this problem. I don't know if it's just a chief deal or I don't know, but either which way, I've had this problem from day one. Okay. Now you heard it just clink or whatever, made a noise. That's all right. I get that every single time. We're just going to close that out. And then we're going to go back to rinse, wash, and repeat. Okay. And it should catch this time. My chair's squeaking. All right. Receiving and loading. Okay. I'm looking at the server. It says allow player, da 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 da. So it's doing its own thing. It's preparing world chunks to send from the server to my computer, waiting for server to send. Well, there we go. See, now I'm downloading the world now. And it may very well throw me back out. Just rinse, wash, and repeat. Okay, you will eventually connect to your own server. But I'm sending a lot of files from my computer to my computer over the network. So there's the bottleneck right there. But now if I had another computer, then it wouldn't take as long. It would still take as long to start the server, but it wouldn't take as long to transfer the files from the other computer server to this server. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, you understand. You get it. I'm trying to make this as easy for you as possible. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have some comment, because I almost always do. You made that video an hour and something long. Well, I damn sure did. If you don't like it, this is not the channel for you. Because most, if not all of my viewers, well, except for those few, this is the first time you've ever done this. And that's why I take so long to make these videos, is my hopes is after I get finished making the video, you as the viewer will have a better understanding. And I love it when we run into little errors on the videos, the live streams and all that. That way we can see, okay, what can we do to fix this? So if you run into the same problem, well, you'll know, well, Chief had the same problem. Let me try what he done in the video. You see what I'm saying? See, it's loading the world now. It's downloading the world and all the POIs and stuff like that. So, you know, we're going to let it finish doing its thing because it's doing a thing with a thing. And while we're watching the paint dry, we're going to go ahead and sip some coffee, guys. Sip some coffee. That's some good coffee. That is some good coffee. Go on, you little bug. I got a bug flying around me, guys. He's playing around me. All right, now it's please wait fighting off the dead. What it's doing now is my computer is sending back information to the server saying, okay, I've got the world. I've got my character. I'm going to send this information back to you. That way you can tell me where to spawn at in game. See what I'm saying? That's what's going on right now. Okay? Beautiful. Now, if you see owner ID equals Steam, that's my Steam thing. All right, now, we're going to go ahead and just come back over here. And then if we hit the F1 key, we should not be able to enter no commands. See how it says denying command from Master Chief? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that up. Then we're going to bring up our server admin. Okay? Now, user ID. Okay? What I'm going to do, Steam, platform, Steam, user ID, Steam. That's the Steam's ID right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to uncomment this. Okay. I'm going to uncomment that. Okay. And then we're going to kind of just move this over here so we can see what it does over here on the server. Okay. Let's move some things around some more. Okay. Let's move our server around over here. Okay. Yeah, get over there. All right. Now we're going to go back to our server admin file. And then we're going to go ahead and uncomment that. Okay. Same thing with this one right here. Same thing with this one right here. Kind of silly to give yourself admin privileges and you can't kick people or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to go ahead and comment, undo these right here. All right. Now, hint on who this user is. We're going to change that to Master Chief. We don't have to. Chief 9732 himself. All right, now we're going to save that. Okay, Control S to save. Now it should load the server admin privileges. It should load that. We're going to wait until it says, okay, the admin file has been updated and all that stuff. While we're at it, we're going to go ahead and give it a cheeky save. Okay. World saved. Okay. All right. That should be it. It should load it up. Let's go ahead and try it again and see. DM. All right. It's still denying, and that is because the file has not been updated yet. Okay. let's see. Is there any help commands? Yes, there's all your help commands right there. Just type in help. All right. All right. Now, what you can do is you can select all these files. Okay. It's a process to do this. Okay. And then Control C to copy these. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a new file, and we're going to Control V to paste those in there. Oh. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Control save that again and see if it'll allow that. We can go ahead and close that box down. Let's go back to our server over here. And if you have to load the server up, restart the server, and sometimes you do have to do that, guys. So don't be upset if you have to restart your server for that to take effect. Let's see. All right, level 0. That is the time. Sometimes it'll load. Sometimes it won't. Like I said, I'm trying to just change enough of the character to change. All right. Well, we'll end up having to restart the server. But if you notice, our creative menu is still there, though. Okay. And to get to this menu, you should already know. And once you restart the server, then it'll take effect. For some reason, it's not going to take effect for this go around or whatever. But there you go, guys. That is how you create your own dedicated server. Now, this works also for vanilla too. You don't have to you want to set the server log up exactly how I did whenever toward the beginning of the stream when we was in the server configuration. I'm gonna go ahead and save. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. Shit, really? We're gonna go ahead and shut the server down. Okay, if you remember, whenever I was over here in the server config, remember if your server you can't find your server, try doing that right there, and then remember the where's it at? Where is it at? What did I do? Where did it go? I know it's here somewhere. Here we go. Absolute path. I like to have my things lined up and all that stuff. Just make your absolute paths section like this, just like this, okay, guys? And that will save your server files within the server folder and all that. And you can use the same method to create a vanilla server as well. Okay. So guys, I hope this updated tutorial has helped you. If you want to see more content like this, definitely throw in a comment below this video. Definitely hit the like and subscribe. And all else, find the Discord invite under the descriptions of this video, guys. And we'll catch you in the next stream.